Move over, Tesla. There's a new electric car giant in town. And it's not from Silicon Valley, it's from China. Today, we're diving into the incredible rise of BYD, the electric car manufacturer that's quickly becoming the crown jewel of the EV industry. With government backing, a commitment to innovation, and a name that charmingly stands for Build Your Dreams, BYD has a lofty ambition to lead the world in electric mobility. So buckle up, grab a cup of tea, and let's see if BYD really has what it takes to dethrone the reigning EV kings. Founded in 1995, BYD began as a humble battery manufacturer. Yes, batteries, not cars. Back then, it was more about AA batteries for your TV remote than electric motors and lithium-ion cells. The company quickly grew to become one of the largest battery producers in the world. And then, in 2003, they decided to take a crack at the automotive industry. Now, they're not just any car maker. They're the biggest EV producer in China. And in recent years, they've even outsold Tesla in total EV units delivered. BYD's secret to success isn't exactly rocket science, though in a way it is. They've mastered the art of vertical integration, producing almost everything in-house, from batteries to semiconductors. This self-sufficiency has allowed them to cut costs, avoid the infamous supply chain delays, and take control of their entire production process. As Elon Musk once said, manufacturing is hard. But apparently, BYD didn't get the memo. They've made it look, well, a bit too easy. It's impossible to talk about BYD without mentioning the elephant, or rather, the electric elephant, in the room, Tesla. Tesla has long been the poster child of the electric vehicle revolution, but BYD has been quietly taking the lead, particularly in China. In 2022, BYD officially overtook Tesla in terms of the number of electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles sold globally, shipping over 1.8 million units compared to Tesla's 1.3 million. It's a classic case of the tortoise and the hare, except in this version, the tortoise is turbocharged and fully electric. Now let's talk about pricing. Tesla's Model 3 will set you back roughly $40,000 in the US, whereas BYD's vehicles, like the Han EV and the Dolphin, come in at a significantly lower price point. And the names? Oh, the names. While Tesla goes for Model S and Model X, very futuristic, BYD has vehicles named after marine animals, evoking images of adorable dolphins swimming in clean electric oceans. Makes you wonder, which brand is truly having more fun? One of the biggest advantages BYD has over its Western competitors is government support. You see, the Chinese government is keen on becoming the world leader in electric vehicles, and they're not shy about putting their money where their mouth is. BYD has benefited from generous subsidies, government contracts, and an infrastructure push that has seen China build more EV charging stations than you could shake a charging cable at. According to the China Electric Vehicle Charging Infrastructure Promotion Alliance, by the end of 2022, China had over 5.8 million public charging points, compared to just 140,000 in the United States. Now, government support isn't exactly a dirty little secret. It's more like a not-so-subtle wink and nudge from Beijing. The Chinese government wants to reduce carbon emissions. And what better way to do that than by supporting a homegrown champion? It's like when your mum said you were the best singer in the school choir, even though you were slightly off-key. BYD's got that same confidence boost, except it's backed by billions of dollars. BYD isn't just playing the volume game. They've got serious tech under the hood. And it all starts with their batteries. Remember, this company started out as a battery manufacturer, and they've stayed true to their roots, developing what they call the Blade battery. It's not just any battery, it's a lithium iron phosphate battery, which is safer, cheaper, and longer lasting than the traditional lithium ion batteries used by many competitors, including Tesla. Safety is a major selling point for the Blade battery. During testing, the Blade battery didn't overheat, even when punctured, something that's incredibly important for electric vehicles. Tesla has had its fair share of battery fire headlines over the years, but BYD seems determined to put those concerns to rest. It's almost as if they're saying, "Look, no fires here, mate." And let's not forget their advancements in software. BYD's vehicles come equipped with the Di Pilot, an advanced driver assistance system that's not quite at the level of Tesla's autopilot, but it gets the job done. It's like comparing a Michelin-starred chef to a very skilled home cook. One's got the prestige, but the other still knows how to make a cracking good meal. Now let's talk about BYD's ambitions beyond China. BYD isn't content with just dominating the Chinese market. They've set their sights on Europe, and they're coming in hot. In 2022, BYD announced its plans to enter the European market, partnering with local dealerships in countries like Germany, Sweden, and the Netherlands. The Atto 3, their compact SUV, has already started making waves in these markets, with reviewers praising its build quality, tech features, and of course, the relatively affordable price tag. But expanding to Europe is no easy task. The market is fiercely competitive, with established brands like Volkswagen, Renault, and Tesla vying for the top spot. BYD, however, is playing it smart. They're focusing on delivering quality at a lower cost, something that European customers, feeling the pinch of rising living costs, are likely to appreciate. After all, why buy a posh electric car when you can get a perfectly good one at half the price and still have enough left over for a proper holiday in Spain? Now you might think BYD is just about electric cars, but that's where you'd be wrong. They're also a major player in electric public transport. BYD is actually the largest manufacturer of electric buses in the world. You've probably seen one of their buses and not even realised it. BYD's buses operate in cities from London to Los Angeles and everywhere in between. In fact, London has over 500 electric buses made by BYD in partnership with Alexander Dennis, and they've become an integral part of the city's effort to cut emissions. It's quite something to imagine, a bus that doesn't belch out clouds of black smoke as it pulls away from the stop. Instead, it glides away silently, as if apologising for all those years of choking us out on our morning commute. This expansion into public transport gives BYD an edge over many other EV manufacturers. It means they're not just banking on personal vehicles, they're thinking bigger. They're looking at a world where entire urban infrastructures are electric, from the car in your driveway to the bus you take to work. And frankly, it's a smart move. Governments around the world are more likely to invest in companies that can help them meet climate targets on a massive scale. BYD is positioning itself to be that company. BYD isn't trying to conquer the EV world all on its own. They've got a few tricks up their sleeve in the form of strategic partnerships. One notable partnership is with Toyota. That's right. One of the biggest names in traditional cars is working with BYD to develop electric vehicles. Toyota, initially hesitant about the EV market, has found in BYD a partner that knows a thing or two about batteries, helping them to catch up in the electric race. In a statement, Toyota executives praised BYD's technology, calling them key to unlocking the potential of electric vehicles. It's not every day you see a legacy automaker giving props to a relatively new player in the industry. But BYD is no ordinary newcomer. They're proving that sometimes the best way to succeed is to make friends with your competitors. After all, why fight when you can collaborate and share the electric pie? BYD has also ventured into energy storage, with a range of products that help balance renewable energy production. They're building large-scale battery storage solutions that can be paired with solar and wind energy systems, making sure that the electricity you need is available when the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing. It's this kind of thinking that sets BYD apart. They're not just about cars, they're about transforming the entire energy ecosystem. One of BYD's most ambitious goals is to create a truly green, sustainable future. In addition to electric vehicles and renewable energy storage, they're also working on electric trucks, monorails, and even electric forklifts. Their motto, "Build your dreams, is more than just a catchy name. It's a vision of an electrified world that's cleaner and better for everyone. And it's not just about producing EVs, it's also about how they're made. BYD has committed to using environmentally friendly production processes, including their recent pledge to reduce carbon emissions across all their manufacturing facilities. They're setting a standard that other automakers will have to follow if they want to remain competitive in the coming decades. With over 3 million new energy vehicles already on the roads, BYD is not just building cars, they're building a movement that aims to tackle pollution, reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, and create a world where driving doesn't mean sacrificing the planet. It's ambitious, it's exciting, and yes, it's even a little bit hopeful. So what's next for BYD? They've already conquered China, set their sights on Europe, and established a foothold in electric public transport. But the real challenge lies ahead, convincing the rest of the world that they're not just a cheaper alternative, but a legitimate global leader in electric mobility. BYD's journey from a humble battery manufacturer to an EV giant is nothing short of impressive. They've taken on the likes of Tesla, Volkswagen, and Toyota, and they're doing it with a sense of purpose that's hard to ignore. Whether it's through vertical integration, strategic partnerships, or simply making electric cars that people want to buy, BYD is making a name for itself, and it looks like they're just getting started. As we move into an electrified future, one thing is clear: the race is far from over. But with their focus on affordability, safety, and sustainability, BYD has firmly positioned themselves as a key player. The question now is not whether they can compete, but how soon before they lead the pack. If you found this deep dive into BYD's electric vehicle takeover interesting, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Until next time, keep dreaming, and maybe one day that dream will be powered by BYD.